Technology to date has fulfilled many promises, and it offers many more for the future. Unfortunately, people often mesmerized by technology's phenomenal growth fail to foresee potentially disastrous consequences. I suspect that our culture is predisposed to see only the positive side of technology. When dealing with technology, every one of us has their own responsibility. Hello everybody, and welcome to the Literacy Show. I'm Maverick Sigismundo, and today we're going to talk about issues. No, not your issues, but legal, ethical, and societal issues in media. So we all use different kinds of media, like Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, in many different platforms. By interacting with media, are building the perfect library of all kinds of information from all over the world, and all of them are within reach. Unfortunately, nothing is perfect. And digital library that the media is creating is littered with issues that affects the ethics and legality of society. But before we get truly into it, let's have Zara Corinne G. Cabudok to explain more further.
Legal. Recognized or made effective by a court of law as distinguished from a court of equity. Societal. Society. Ethical. Ethics. The discipline dealing with what is good and bad, and the moral duty and obligation. Issues in a state of controversy and media, cultivation, conveyance, or expression.
In doing our paperwork, especially thesis and research, we must be responsible when citing and using sources. Do not own it, credit it. Here are the two issues prevalent in our society we're living in. The ghostwriter. Writer turns in another's work for work, as his or her own. The photocopy. Writer copies significant portions of text straight from a single source without altercation. Fair use refers to the limitation and to the exclusive right granted by the copyright law to the author of a creative work.
Ethical and societal issues in media. Issues, an important subject which is something that people are talking about.
Legal, ethical, and societal issues in media. Media, a medium of cultivation, conveyance, or expression.
Ethical and societal issues in media. Ethical, conforming to accepted standards of conduct.
Legal, ethical, and societal issues in media. Societal, of or relating to society.
Cyberbullying pertains to the use of information technology to harm or harass. Digital divide is defined as the gap between groups. It is broadly construed in terms of access, use of, or knowledge, skills, and even attitudes in information and communication technology. Virtual self is our digital identity or assumed identity in the virtual world. Core rules make us remember the human behind the screen. Follow the standards of behavior online similar to what we follow in real life. Netiquette is different in every domain. Observe and participate, respect other time and bandwidth, and most importantly, avoid staying. Core rules make us remember the human behind the screen. Follow the standards of behavior online similar to what you follow in real life. Etiquette is different in every domain. Observe, then participate, respect other time and boundaries. And most importantly, avoid playing wrong. Etiquette is a social code of network communication. It is a set of rules that govern what kind of conduct is socially acceptable in an online or digital situation. Sizing is where majority of the content is your own, giving credit to the owner, and no money is paid off the work. Fair use refers to the limitation and the exclusive rights granted by copyright law to the author of the creative work. Examples of fair use include commentary, search engine, criticism, news reporting, research, teaching, library archiving, and scholarship. Library is where majority of the content is your own, giving credit to the owner and no money is paid. There are a lot of issues that our society is facing regarding news media. Let us now discuss these issues and what it is all about. There are a lot of issues that our society is facing regarding news media. Let us now discuss these issues and what it is all about.
Fairness, contributors and consent, groups and individuals should usually be appropriately informed about the planned nature of context of their contributors when they are asked to take part in certain content and give their consent, unless there's an editorial justification of proceeding without their consent. Privacy is an important part in the media industry. Producer must make sure that they do not interfere with people's personal lives and not to broadcast any material that the persons do not approve of. Harm and offense. TV producers have a responsibility to protect children and young people from unsuitable content as well as their rights of freedom of expression and freedom to receive information. Accuracy. The film industry must make sure that they don't mislead their audiences. They must also make sure that they don't alter or change any fact as this will undermine the audience's trust in their content. Ethics. A reporter when working on a certain story will have to make sure that he or she is not biased or one-sided towards his story. They must also gather both sides of the argument for and against that story in order to gain a fair-sided report. Representation refers to the construction in any medium of aspects of reality such as people, places, objects, events, cultural identities, and other abstract concepts. Such representations may be in speech or writing as well as still or moving pictures.
Let us now discuss legal issues. Health and safety must be prioritized. Before filming, must ensure. Trademarks is a certain indication used by a business or company that defines that company and makes it stand out from all the other companies. Employer's liability is requiring the employers by the law to insure against liability for injury or disease to their employees.
Taking part with the legal and ethical issues in using media. As society dictates its rules and regulations, it is our responsibility to obey.
In this modern society, everybody can produce and consume media, so we must be accountable in every clip we do. With all that being said, be responsible as media users, be responsible as Filipinos.